So starting this video, the app I basically use for this editing is Facetune and Lightroom. Trust me, I've used a lot of more editing apps, but nothing beats Facetune and Lightroom. You just have so if you don't have Facetune, what you have to do now is download Facetune, and once I'm on my Facetune app, I go into my pictures and I choose the picture I want to use. And the picture I'm going to be using today is the intro makeup that I did. So I'm just going to pick one of those pictures right there, and I'm gonna hop into my Facetune app, and here I found the perfect picture for today. So I don't know if you noticed, but this picture barely needs retouching or editing. So the first thing for today is make sure that your picture barely needs editing, because that is where everything begins with. Then the first thing I'm gonna do for my picture is go on my paint on the app. You will see a paint option. Then I'm going to click on my skin tone around the nose area. I'm going to click on the brightest area to just balance out the brightness around that nose area. It's not like the contour or highlight or the glitter is not there already, but I'm just enhancing it because the lights already took out that part of my face. So I'm just basically returning that back to it, and I'm using the rest of that color to point out the highlights on my middle nose, like towards my eyebrow, and you can instantly see the difference, guys. So yeah, what I just do is to first use the skin, and then I'm going to use the paint option that is afterwards. And I'm just going to do the same thing on my jaw, just to bring out that highlight that is already there. I'm not really changing my whole editing stuff or history and all of that. So you can see what I'm doing is just tapping on the areas that I want to do, and you can instantly see that there is a huge difference on my face. It's not like a huge difference, but those highlighted places are like, yeah, standing out already. So I'm just going to emphasize on my cheek highlights already too. And so basically that is all I do for my highlight. It doesn't really mean that you're changing that part of your face, but you're just enhancing it for it to look better. You can see with the light that it became instantly highlighted like I would like it to be. So that's basically what I do with my paint, and you guys can see the difference from afar. So for my contour, what I'm going to do now is to pick a darker shade on my color bar right on my right hand side, and I'm just going to pick the medium brown color, and I'm just going to use that to like contour, to define my contour a little bit. I don't like it to be too much, because the more you put, the more it's going to be obvious. And I'm just going to move that Kaiser from 100 to 50 to balance out the contour and the highlight shade that was there already. And you guys can tell that there is something going on around my cheek. So basically that's all I do. It's not as there's a big difference or there's a big change. It's just like some little things that you can do to make your pictures better. I don't know if you get me. And I'm just going to use that contour to around my nose, just to define it a little bit more, just at the tip for the light to be in one place. And that's basically that for my paint app. So what I'm going to do next now is to go on my retouch. That's the first option on the app. I'm going to click on the smooth option, and I'm just going to start smoothing out that part that I applied my highlight. It's not really obvious because I'm not like putting too much strength on it. You don't want to force on your smooth option. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just to be checking once I'm using my smooth option, because you don't want it to be too much. You don't want to remove the details on the skin and the contrast and all of those, because the smooth actually removes all of those things. So you want to take your time and edit. If it's going to take you 3 hours, go ahead and use it. If it's going to take you 5 hours, go ahead and use it. Just make sure that you give out your best for the editing. But the first tip for doing editing is make sure that your picture does not need editing to begin with. You get it? So your picture is like 90% or 99%, and the editing is just like 1% of all of it, because it will tell when you start editing or when you post your pictures. So after doing my smooth option, I'm going to go ahead and click on my white. And once I click on the white, I'm going to whiten my eyeball. Why was I making a mistake? And I'm not also going to be forcing on it, because once you force on it, it's going to be obvious, guys. It's going to be obvious. People are going to know. You don't want them to know. So I keep checking as I use the options. After using the whiten, I go to my detail. I detail out a little bit on my eye, because yeah, the eye speaks, especially when you make contact with the eye. It speaks a lot when you photo. So yeah, that's basically what I just do. And I try to detail on my eyelashes too, because those parts are very crucial in makeup or in your photo. So yeah, basically that's what I'm doing now. The second tip also for you is that when you are doing when you're taking your picture, make sure that you try to make eye contact in your pictures. It makes your photos look beautiful and all of that. So yeah, especially if you have tiring eye, always make sure that you try your best to give eye contact in your pictures. It speaks a lot. One thing I don't do is to detail on my eyebrow because I found it very gross and too much. I like to put all my efforts in making my picture to be perfect and to put less effort into editing actually. So you want to focus on making your picture to be as best or as good as possible so that you will not have to stress on editing your photos to stupor. I don't know if you get what I mean, but yes. So after doing that, you can see the results of my picture before and after. It's not as if I have over edited the life. So now I'm going to export the picture, and yeah, I'm just going to save it into my phone gallery. So after saving it, I'm going to go ahead now and look for my Lightroom. You can see the two apps I use right there. So I'm going to go into my Lightroom now and import the picture that I just edited, and that's the last picture on the left. So once it's in the phone, I'm going to click on the mark and I will start editing. The first thing I'm going to do now is to click on the colors and go to the mix option in the colors, and then go ahead and click on my skin with the saturation. You can increase and decrease saturation at this point. So I'm just going to increase mine to about 24 or 25. So yes, after that you can click on luminosity. Honestly, you can do whatever you want with your pictures. You can make it brighter, you can make it lower. I just like to make mine in such a way that it is catchy. I love to see it and be like wow myself, because when I enjoy it, I believe people would enjoy it out there. So that is what I have in mind. That's the tip number 3 for you. If you enjoy whatever you do, people would enjoy it. But if you can't stand what you do, like you can't put it out, you're not proud of it, people will not like it. Oh, before I say too much, I go on my lights and go on the curve and increase my curve a little bit higher, because it brings out the highlights and the contour for me, and I really love the way it makes my picture to sparkle. A lot of people, I think they skip that option, but curve in your photos is very crucial. I go ahead and see into the skin details. I go ahead to try to crop my picture to see how it would look for Instagram, and yeah, I go ahead and crop it, and after cropping it, I would see the difference between the before and after. So now I'm just going to go into sharpening, and I'm going to sharpen my picture into 75. So you can see the details in skin instantly, that it is amazing. Initially, I didn't smooth out the skin. So one thing I want to tell you is never smooth out your skin. Okay, never over smooth out your skin. I know a lot of people have blemishes and stuff like that, but don't be pushed to that extent that you over smooth your skin. Take care of your skin, because it is the canvas. It is what actually appraises your makeup. So basically, after doing my editing, I go back to check everything in details. I zoom in as much as possible. I return my details back into the picture and make sure that everything is intact. And yeah, I just go ahead to check before and after. I import my picture, and that's the end of today's video. I first import into my Lightroom gallery before import it to my phone, because that's how it works. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to show you the before and after now. So this is what my picture looks like after. The left is before and the right is after. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, like this video, comment, subscribe to me if you haven't subscribed. I would really love that, and it really helps a lot when you subscribe and like the video actually. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Check me out on Instagram to see the rest of the pictures if you would like to see them. So yeah, thank you so much once more. See you in my next video. Bye.